Kechi City Council voting to strip some of the mayor's power during a tense meeting.
The unanimous vote comes ahead of Mayor-elect Joni Harris taking over. Jordan Tovar explains what those changes are and why the current council made that decision.
Election season has been finished for well over a week now, but its reverberations are still being felt, including here in Kechi, where they elected a new mayor. However, before that new mayor gets started, the city council last night decided to make some changes to the position.
It's very confusing what's happening here.
In a 5-0 vote, the Kechi City Council votes to strip power from its incoming mayor. Council members say Mayor-elect Joni Harris has suggested that she may fire certain city staff when she's sworn in, raising concerns about a possible mass resignation. Under the new rules, the mayor can only suspend the city administrator. Even then, the administrator would be suspended until the next council meeting.
And what that has created is somewhat of a hostile work environment for our employees, where they feel scared, threatened, and not knowing whether or not they're going to have a job.
Though Mayor-elect Harris's issue, she says, is a lack of communication from those on the council already.
It was added to the agenda today, just before noon. No one had ever heard anything about it, and that there's significant changes made where power is being stripped away from the mayor and some power is being given to the city administrator.
Whenever we have all tried to engage with you in a positive manner and had our words twisted into something that it was not.
People also voiced their concerns on the changes during the public forum.
We deserve open and honest governance, not a hidden agenda.
I thought that we were in a town that we could really trust the people that we voted.
From Kechi, Jordan Tovar, 12 News.